Wait, are you ready?
Oh! Yeah, alright, let me get ready. Alright, I'm sorry. Okay. Alright, ready?
Okay, perfect.
Okay, good. My name is Francesca Balagtas, aka Sassy Fran. Sassy Fran is my drag persona. She conveys like two sides of me where like there's like a very like crazy yet kooky, but it's also cutesy and kawaii at the same time part of me. And then she's also this very like mysterious, dark, sensual, sexy also part of me. I actually started doing drag back in late 2016, more so into 2017. So I've been doing this for, I can't do math, like 6-ish years or coming up on 6 years. I'm 29 years old, just turned 29 a couple weeks ago. I was actually born here in San Francisco. My parents moved to Las Vegas when I was like a baby, so I grew up there until I was 18 years old. Came here for art school when I was 18, majored in sculpture. The sculptures are kind of behind me right now, but felt like there was like something missing in me, and that was just like the art and love and passion of performing. What I love about drag, I kind of want to get a little bit into like how I got here and like why drag. I got into college and I was kind of lonely for a long time, and I like didn't know what was missing in me. I grew up always dancing and performing, and so when I moved here to San Francisco, I wasn't doing that because I was trying to focus on school. At one point, halfway through school, I got really depressed actually, and so I started actually taking dance classes with one of my best friends, Cash Monet, who I started K-pop-up with. He invited me to take a dance class called Sexitude, which was run by a local drag queen, Darcy Drollinger, who actually is one of the owners of Oasis nightclub. It's a drag venue. A lot of drag shows happen there at Oasis, and it's like a really great queer space to be at and have fun at. And taking that class really brought out a lot of confidence in me, showed me to like be my true self and to not be afraid. And then also it was a place where I met so many people, so many other drag queens and kings and female drag queens too, which I didn't know existed until I started taking this class. I felt so like warmly invited into this community, and that was what really got me into it. At one point, one of them asked me like, well, when are you gonna start doing drag? Like, when are you going to have your persona? And I remember thinking like, oh, I didn't know that I could. Like, I didn't think I was like allowed to, but also that's weird that I have to think I'm like, I have to be allowed to like express myself. The thing that I hear most living here in the Bay Area is just like, oh, I didn't know that women can be drag queens. Or they'll say something like, I thought that drag is just for gay men, or like, I thought it was just for men. You're a woman trying to be a woman. Like, what does that have to do with drag? Which is crazy, right? There's so many different styles of drag. There's so many different identities and ways that people identify themselves who are all drag performers. And everyone's like not afraid to show each other what their art is. And there's so many areas in the drag scene here in San Francisco where you don't need to be afraid to like show who you are. There's some venues and some shows, do whatever the fuck you want. Make the art that you want for you, and it's for nobody else but you. And there are gonna be people who see it, and there will be people who live for it. And then if there's somebody else who sees what you did, and they're like, that was really weird, but I love it. Like, Because I was that person in the audience too, who I would see somebody else do something really weird or out of the box and then go up to them and be like, wow, like that was amazing. Ugh, like to have that connection with people and be like, I just did something that was for me, but to see it like resonate with somebody else, like that's what I love about doing drag.
What a strange world.
So, oh my God, how long has it been now? Almost 6 years ago now. So it was summer of 2017. Cash Monet, or Patrick Santos, his real government name, he actually came to me one day and asked me if I wanted to start a K-pop dance class / group with him. We met up at a cafe one day and brainstormed on it and had to figure out like what it was going to be. Like we both kind of had this idea or thought of it following the footsteps of Sexitude. He had the idea of like, okay, how about we just like book 2 random dates at whatever studio we can find, be like a pop-up class. And we'll like teach whatever song we feel like teaching and then we'll like promote it on our personal Instagrams or whatever. And then he's like, okay, what do we call this? And I was like, oh, well, it's a K-pop class and it's a pop-up class. How about we just call it K-pop-up and it'll just be a placeholder? Like, lo and behold, we never renamed it. We just like, the name K-pop-up just like stuck. And we've been stuck with that name for like 6 years and it's too late to go back now. And we started off, first class had like 11 students. And then every class after that had like 5 students. It was like really, really small and nobody really came. At one point, we eventually like suddenly hit like 30 people in one class and we're like, oh shit, like people are actually seeing our advertisements. Like this is becoming a thing. It's really grown into this like full community that can kind of like take in what they've been given and they really run with it. I'm probably not as involved as I used to be when it first started, but it's crazy to see like how many other leaders that we've found that we've put into like higher positions at K-pop-up, and they really like take so much responsibility and ownership over it because it's about what they love. K-pop-up's mission statement really is to bring together people for their love of K-pop and their love of dance. I'll come back and just see like everything is kind of still the way that it should be. Halfway through college, I promised myself that I would perform on stage at least once a year, every year. Sounds silly because I perform like all the time, but that was something that I had to like promise myself. It's actually something that I need, like it's a necessity for me to feel like joy and passion for living in general. Wow. Like, yeah, I don't know. The life that I live now, I live it because I think at some point in my life, I was striving to become the person that I wanted me as like 6-year-old me or whoever, my like younger self. Like I'm striving to be the person that she was like looking up to and striving to be like that artist and that princess and that like that she wanted to see and she wanted me to be. And so it's like at one point something like clicked for me in my life of like, I'm an adult, I can just do what I want and like there's nobody stopping me but myself. And so I guess I feel really proud of myself to like get to a point where if 6-year-old Francesca was like looking at me now, she'd be like, wow, she is really cool. I like pretend I just walked in out of drag. Like, okay, Hold on, I'm not ready. 1 sec. Okay. All right. One more time. I like that you got, there's like the bong also.
Is this person? Yeah, person.
That's not my bong. I don't even smoke out of it.
Oh.
My dad looks at me and goes, "Are you a lesbian?" Like,
Get that again. Like,
Did we miss
No. We got it. I just want you to look straight at the lens.
he said, "Are you a lesbian?" Some styled wigs, and then the rest are like sitting in bags.
DoorDash?
Oh, I think that's our food. That was fast.
Well, let's eat, I guess. Hey, Ruby.